Alright, man. I don't know what the hell is going on. Hopefully that shit is good to go. Cause I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Kung Lao.
I'm not gonna lie, that was actually pretty annoying.
Wuxi
Shit
Dragon
kept cutting
Brother.
off. I don't know what the hell was going on. Alright. Oh, that's hard. That's gonna be hard. There we go. 30%. That's what I wanted right there. 30%. If I don't want to use a bar immediately, then I can obviously do something else. Oh man, I'm so happy that shit is getting exposed out here. I'm really happy about that. Cause niggas acted as if I didn't know what I was talking about. And I find it funny. Okay, so if he spaces it out, that's what happens. Damn. Up 2 doesn't work. Alright. Oh, I almost had him. What? Damn. Oh, he low profile. Yeah, that's a low profile right there. Yeah, that's gonna be hard. Alright. Well, it's settled. What else we got going on here? This goddamn auto shimmy. Hold on. So, my back 3 was like 14 or 13 frames, so hold up. So that would come out, hold on, what was my back 3, 15 frames? Yeah. Yeah, so he'll beat me out and then he'll get a combo. Yeah, so that'll be bad. So then I can go for my, yeah, and then I can go for that and then I can beat him out if he challenges me. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that's what I can do. But then he can hit me with the down poke, or he could just wait and then whiff punish me, possibly. But then there's more to it, though. That's the crazy part. Alright. I'll have to do some more labbing on that later on with her. Let's see here. Alright, well, just one person. That's fine. I'll just make this known right now. This game is, it's not based around what the developer stated. It's not based around footsies. It's not based around spacing. It's not based around neutral. Keep in mind, there are certain characters that do play that meta very well, which is Johnny Cage and Joker. That's why I keep using Johnny Cage, because he's playing that meta, right? Now, Ed Boon made it very clear in the very beginning that this game was going to be based around, uh, you know, footsies and spacing and neutral. Characters are not going to be too heavy with mix-ups. But it just seems like every character that they've released has some form of a mix-up that leads to a command throw or an overhead low type of situation. Most of these characters are playing MKX. They're not playing MK11, which I find very ironic, right? Now, I don't know if you guys watch Tom Brady, but he is my favorite MK YouTuber of all time. And he had a video that he posted about like, what is it, 3 or 4 days ago, where Dragon was going against this guy called Tekken Master, right? And this guy was using this busted ass character right here, which is Kabal. And the funny part about it is that he was completely disregarding neutral. Like, he didn't give a shit. Like, this nigga was jumping all over the fucking place, flying all over the place. And this is what I've been saying since the very beginning when I started ranting on this game. Yet I had people say, oh, you're bad, you're good at the game scrub, blah, 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 making all these damage controlling ass excuses because they don't like the fact that somebody's giving this game constructive criticism, so they're opposing change of progression for a game. Okay, cool, right? So I let the shit marinate. I had to think real quick. Am I wrong about this? No, I'm not. Right? And that's why I told you guys about my thoughts on customized variations, because some of this shit gonna need to be nerfed, or it's possibly gonna need to be banned. Okay? Kabal has a fuck neutral type of special move, and you're looking at it right now on his variation, right? And like I said, I made this very clear back in the past about how this game actually is. People talk shit to me, but well-respected members of the FGC, mainly in the NRS community, and high-level players come out, and they finally stop suppressing their feelings, just like I told you guys before. These niggas are suppressing their feelings, and they actually started to come out and actually say what they personally feel about the game. Ironically enough, they start saying it, they get praised. I've seen some of the same comments, or it's the same people who commented underneath my comment section down below, talking shit to me, right? Just talking mad shit to me, right? And, I thought this was funny. It pissed me off. That's what made me rant on this game even more. Like, that's the secret to why I kept ranting on this game, because I was making my point and I was making it very known how fucked up this game actually is, right? And I didn't give a shit. I wasn't backing down. There's people trying to argue me about the fatal blow system, about the crushing blow system and how it's fair, and I'm like, dude, you have no idea what balance actually is. The shit is not fair across the entire roster. But one of the biggest arguments, I think, was the fact that the game is not based around what the developer stated. Kabal has a fuck neutral special move. Jax's clone, which is Jackie Briggs, has a fuck neutral special move. It's funny how you have to deal with these characters in the neutral, but they don't have to deal with you in the neutral. And on top of that, they get a fucked up mind game with this fuck neutral type of special move. Same thing goes with Fujin. He has a skywalking move, okay, that makes him fly in the air. The mind game is really strong because you have to guess on whether or not he's going to commit into the kick, which leads into a pop-up crushing blow, or he can go into like the tornado spin and then pop you up into the air for a combo. He completely destroys neutral. Mainly because of the fact that he has exceptional range, but not only that, it's mainly because of the fact that he's flying in the fucking air and you barely can do anything about it. They're not playing that meta. Spawn is playing that meta, despite the fact that they gave him access to a low, because they have an obsession with overheads and lows in this game for some reason. Jax is not playing that meta. He is a MKX character. He is a mix-up character. This is what this nigga is. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said before, I've mentioned all of this. You understand what I'm saying? I've mentioned all of this back in the past. Got a bunch of flack for it. Niggas talking all that bullshit, running their fucking mouth, you know, acting as if, oh, I'm just throwing this game shade. I'm a hater of NRS. I hate Mortal Kombat. All this bullshit, right? All this bullshit, right? And in my mind, I'm just like, okay, well, you're disregarding the point here. You're kind of like, you're not necessarily understanding what I'm saying here, right? All right, cool. High level players say something about the game. Same niggas that was bashing me talk mad. They're just agreeing with these high level players, including well respected members of the FGC, right? Just agreeing with these motherfuckers, right? And in my mind, I'm just like, hold up, wait a minute. They saying the same shit that I've been saying, right? They saying the same shit that I've been saying, bruh. Real shit, real shit. Every time I see a nigga say some shit about this game, especially when it's the shit I've been saying, it pisses me off. Reason why is because I was the one that was getting trashed for saying the shit that I've been saying. No, Raiden's good in this game. Raiden's good in this game. Like, ever since he got that buff, it made him a lot better. This is like the perfect variation for Raiden right here. Like, good space control, good range on his normals. Nigga has a fucking 50-50 for Christ's sake. Nigga has a mix-up in the middle of his fucking string. Stagger game is on point with that back 1-2, 1+3 string. Yeah, I mean, he's really good in this game. I mean, his displacer variation in MKX is his best variation. If you know what you're doing with that one, you can do some damage with that one. He has a 6-frame forward 1 that's a high, and it can punish a good portion of moves in MKX, right? Raiden is one of the few characters in the game that has something like that. Now, Raiden, you may say that every option that Raiden has is punishable, right? But if you know how to apply his offense correctly, it doesn't seem like it's punishable. Raiden's back 1-2, 1+3 string is incredibly dangerous for a reason. He can stagger it very well, okay, to where he can throw you. All right. He has a back 1-2 that complements his back 1-4. Back 1-2 is his only viable string. You could say that, but he can get spacing off of other normals that he has access to. There's other things he can do with his other normals. It's not like, you know, his other strings are completely useless, because they're definitely not. I don't know if you guys have watched Rewind before use Raiden, but he was using other strings. He wasn't just using the back 1-2, 1+3 string. There was other strings he was using, and he was getting spacing on it, and he was fucking people up with that character. So, I mean, you know, that ain't the only viable string that Raiden has access to. And you know what's funny? Raiden is also another character that technically breaks neutral. Because you got to deal with him in the neutral, but he don't have to deal with you in the neutral. You want to know why?
Raiden.
Because of this goddamn teleport. Because of the goddamn teleport. It comes out so goddamn fast, you're afraid to press a button in the neutral. Because he get the punish that he will get on you is very good. Back 1-2, 1+3, they duck and you are fucked up. If you're being too predictable, there needs to be some risk to a mix-up like this. But because he can stagger it really well, it's difficult to pinpoint what the opponent's going to do. You gotta understand, if you go against the right Raiden player in this game, bro, especially if you're playing ranked, you're gonna find out very soon, like, how Raiden's string can be used correctly. Like, you're gonna find that shit out very soon. There's people that talk about his string a lot. So, and since they buffed it up, like, yeah, he gets out-zoned easily without teleport. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want the teleport, then he'll get zoned. I mean, because his startup time on his projectiles are slow, but they're actually really quick when they actually come out. So, down 2 crushing blow is big risk compared to the what? Hold up, let me see on my thing. Compared to the reward, in my opinion. Well, I mean, there's other characters in this game that have down 2s, crushing blows, where there's a risk to their shit as well. Like, fucking Rain, they did a fucking damage nerf on him. Like, this nigga can use 2 bars and do the most optimal combo and barely make it to, like, 34%. Which I think is bullshit, because you have characters like Geras and Baraka that hit like a goddamn truck in this fucking game. So, I mean, there's down 2s in this game. It ain't just Raiden. There's down 2s in this game that can cause a problem. Because it's like, Deborah, I would have to say, has one of the best down 2s because of the range. But not only that, because she can avoid down 2s in general. Like, if she was to go for like a down 2 in this game, right? For some weird reason, because I showed it back in the past, for some weird reason, she can avoid being uppercutted. because of how low she goes to the ground, right? I don't know if that applies to any other character because I can't remember, but she's definitely one of those characters that can just avoid that shit. But you still can get a punish on her with like a mid, um, just in general. Uh, that collector down two, yeah, collector's down two is it's pretty, it's not bad. I don't think it's bad. He can use it in combos and stuff like that. But nobody really fucks with collector like that. Maybe it's because he's not the strongest character, or maybe it's because people don't really like the character. I don't really care for him. But yeah, I mean, you got characters in this game that completely break neutral. Like, you have to deal with them in the neutral, and you have to deal with them just in general, and they don't have to deal with your bullshit, and they get a mind game. You may be hold on. You may be get me wrong. Wait, what does that mean? You may be get me wrong. I don't understand what that means. I really don't understand what that means. I ain't trying to be a dick. I really just don't get what you just said there.
Mileena. Kano. Retro Kid.
You may be get me wrong. I don't know what you mean. You may have to reword that, bro. I'm just saying, I think it's funny how, like, I mentioned all this shit about how this game is not based around actual neutral and footsies and spacing, and I got bashed for it. Yet the same niggas in my comment section down below that was talking shit to me praised other high-level players that was talking about it, including well-respected members of the FGC. I just think it's funny. I find it incredibly hilarious. Like, even my boy KG, Big Gusta, and Mike Hollow even said something about it, and they kind of got bashed slightly about it. So I think it's funny. So I just think it's funny. I've been said this shit, and it's like, if you're not a high level player or a well respected member of the NRS community, like where you're known for giving good commentary, or like you've played tournaments before but now you've retired and you're doing what Tom Brady does, it's like your opinion just doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't make any sense. That's why I think the NRS community is full of shit, and they're flip floppy as shit. They're flip floppy as shit. Trying to tell you what I know. But anyway, I mean, the risk Raiden takes using back 1-2 plus 3, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man. You can say Raiden has a risk to it, but if you know how to apply that back 1-2 1+3 string correctly, Raiden is a fucking problem. You understand what I'm saying? Like, dude, you have to understand, the nigga can stagger really well when he uses that string. There's a reason why that string is constantly being used. You got to make a read on knowing what he's going to do. Now, at the end of his combo string, which is the 1+3, it's possible to micro duck it. I'm not going to lie, it is possible to micro duck it. Raiden is legit a problem, especially with his tempo. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if you're trying to downplay his back 1-2 1+3 string or not, or you probably just don't know how to use it correctly. But in actuality, there's other players that even state themselves that Raiden's string is a problem. Like, dude, the nigga's teleport is a problem as well. Now, don't get it twisted. In certain matchups, if he doesn't have the teleport, yeah, his zoning is probably not going to mean shit. Okay, like, because his startup time is too slow. But once he gets those projectiles to come out, they come out really fucking quick. You understand what I'm saying? Especially in certain matchups, that's really bad. That's like really bad for certain characters. Like, imagine this nigga going against Terminator. This nigga is getting massive amounts of space control. You understand what I'm saying? He controls the air. He controls the mid area. He controls the low area. Keep in mind, when he's in his rising variation, since they buffed it up, it made it even more better. So he's getting a lot of spacing. Bro, I could tell you a lot about Raiden, man. Like, bro, I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, if he in the like, when it comes to Liu Kang, right? If he doesn't have the teleport, he might have to take some projectiles. he might have to hold some projectiles. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna front. He might have to hold some shit, right? But once he start getting that shit going, then on top of it, you have to understand, when he's in his what is it called? Where like he has electricity around him. I can't remember what it's called. But when he pops into it, bro, he can push you back. The dude can punish a good portion of normals in this game, and shit. It's bad. That shit is bad. But anyway, hold up. Damn, I was trying to read that comment. Where the fuck did it go? I get down 2 crushing blow every time I try this string. Well, that's probably because you're being too predictable. You're not giving the opponent something to think about. If you're constantly banking on the mix up and the opponent realizes like, okay, this nigga is like he's going for the mix up, you're gonna get fucked up. That's just how it works. You're gonna get fucked up because they know what you're gonna do before you do it. Dude, if you're doing what I think you're doing, because if you're saying you're getting down to it every time, then that's a clear indication that's a problem. Like that's on you, because Raiden string is a problem. Buff term. Had to switch to my other account. Think I'm banned on the. What the fuck? Banned on the other. What? That's very strange. But all right. All right. Minus 12. I can't punish that at this range. Oh man, I almost hit it up. I don't have to put up with this anyway. I could just backdash. But I would have to know he's going to do what he's going to do. And then his recovery is what? 31. Alright, there we go. For some reason I can't stream. I can't comment on the thing. Why the fuck is that? I'm going to have to check that out. Okay, you can cancel back 1-2 and to Storm Cell. They duck at the end and guess what? Down 2 crushing blow. Oh Lord have mercy, bro. Let me go to Raiden real quick. Cause you are probably not even like you're banking on mix-ups, man. I think that's what you're doing. You're really counting on mix-ups. I honestly believe that. Like you're counting on mix-ups with Raiden. Like you're not really like thinking. You're kind of just like, oh, I'm gonna do it, and boom, there we go. Like I'm telling you, if you go against the right Raiden player, man, you're gonna change your mind about that back 1-2 1+3 string. I'm trying to tell you. You're gonna change your mind very fucking quickly. If you go against the right Raiden, yo, I'm telling you what I know. Especially if you're going in ranked and you going against niggas that know what they doing. I'm telling you, you're gonna realize very quickly what the deal is with Raiden's combo string. He has many issues and people brush it off. Wait, oh, Rambo? Yeah, Rambo needs a buff. Like, I was gonna make a video talking about what he needs buff, but I'll probably talk about it here for right now. Yeah, you can't be too predictable with it. That's what I'm saying. You can't be too predictable. Back 1-2 is -8 itself. Yeah, it should be -8. First of all, hold up, bro. I barely play Raiden and I can win with him. Back 1-2 carries so hard. Yeah, it carries, bro. That shit carries. First of all, let me show you, right? Let me show you. Right? This nigga has exceptional range, first of all. The nigga is -7, but if he spaces it out, he becomes -6. And look at the space that he gets. You see that? All right, cool. His back 1-2 should be -8 on block. You want to know why it should be -8 on block? Because, first of all, you can't neutral crouch despite the fact that it's a high. Now, at one point, I thought that the back 1-4 was supposed to complement the back 1-2 because it's an overhead and you shouldn't be able to neutral crouch, right? It conditions you not to neutral crouch and you have to watch out from it. Every one string starts as high. Dude, you know what's funny about what you're saying, bro? It's like you're trying to argue me down about how Raiden is, right? It's like you're trying to justify his string or something. Dude, I don't think Raiden is stronger than Liu Kang, and there's a lot of different reasons why I say that. Dude, he has a back one that's 11 frames, bro. This is the main string you're going to go for, and it's going to condition the opponent to respect. And then on top of that, since they buffed the pokes in this game, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you get a high-ass hit advantage to where you can jail people with your highs, right? Like I don't think you understand, bro. Like Raiden has shit. Like, he got some shit. Like, no, that's cap. Liu Kang better. Yeah, that's cap, bro. That's hella cap. That's hella cap, bro. Because Liu Kang is hella better. He got better zoning, better staggers. His game at close range is better because of the frame data that he has access to. It's very difficult to go for a Nabari on Liu Kang because he has access to a 9-frame mid. He has what I like to call special combos, and for people who don't know what a special combo is, it's pretty much where you can't break out of that opponent's combo. Then on top of that, he has very brain-dead crushing blows. The dude in the neutral can, depending on the variation, y'all don't play at rank 2000. the thing is, right? He may be -8, but his stagger game is strong, man. Like, why Raiden can't win tournament then? Well, because Raiden's not the strongest character in the game. I'm not saying that Raiden is the strongest character in the game. It's kind of like you want this character to be dumb as fuck in this game. Because the way you're saying the shit in the comments is kind of weird. Like you're kind of making it seem as if like, oh, Raiden, you know, this character needs to, you know, like why can't he win tournaments? It's like, dude, not every character's gonna win a fucking tournament. That's just how it goes. You got characters that are stronger than other characters in this game. Have you not seen high level players tier list? You can't stagger or mash on Liu. Every Liu fight's the same. Yeah, I would have to say. Y'all put Liu way too high. Like Liu Kang, hold up. What'd he say? Back 1-4 has a gap. Bro, you're not listening, bro. You're not listening at all. Sindel is the best in the game. Nah, Sindel is not the best in the game. If that was the case, this bitch be out here constantly being used. Liu Kang is definitely up there as more than likely the top 3 best character in the game. Yeah, it's a lot of downplaying going on here. I don't know what the fuck's happening, but anyway. Has a flawless by gap. It leaves him -9 on 12 on block, right? Reason why is because the character becomes +1 on block. If you use this in the corner, it becomes a problem. But not only that, if you pay attention, there's some block stun and a little bit of pushback, but it also allows the character to enforce some type of pressure at close range. So his back 1 is no longer 11 frames. It would actually come out at what? 10 frames. That's kind of a big deal when it comes to certain matchups. Now, another thing to take of note, he has a back 1-2, okay? A back 1-2, by the way, that has no gap in it, right? If you notice something, watch this. Flawless by gap. Back 1-2. No flawless by gap. What does that mean exactly for Raiden? That means that if this character was to hit you with the second hit, this will allow the character to go into some form of a fucking combo and carry your ass all the way to the fucking corner and completely disregard neutral and playing footsies with you just in general because of how fucked up his flying electric fly is, or his Superman fly, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? That shit has no flawless by gap in it. It has no flawless by gap in it. It complements his back 1-4. Then on top of that, do you see how delayed this nigga's his normals are when he goes into something? Do you see how delayed that is? This nigga can stagger on purpose and catch you off guard because you're so focused on the mix-up. Not only that, you could just go for the back 1-2, and if they're neutral crouching, they're predicting that you're gonna go for the throw just to knock them down on the ground. You know what the rewards you can get off of that shit? Come on, man. Come on, man. You gotta use your brain, bro. Man, I don't even care. They just need to buff Rambo. Yeah, they need to buff him. Like, his forward 1-2-2 is bullshit. I think they need to buff his forward 1-2 1+3 string as well, to where he can get a pop-up or he gets damage over time or something like that. Because I'm going to tell you why they need to buff Rambo. What I tried to say, NRS did him dirty. He is trash. That's all. Bro, with all my respect on you, I don't think Raiden's trash, man. I think you're kind of wrong on that. I don't think Raiden's trash. I really don't think he's trash. But if you think he's trash, then that's on you. Let's see here. Y'all just ride Liu because Ninja. Yeah, bruh. Have y'all not been playing this game? Raiden is S tier. I don't think Raiden is S tier. But he's definitely not weak, and he's definitely not fucking trash. He has matchups in this game where he could fuck your shit up. Especially when he's in his rising variation, he has really good space control. Like I don't think he's trash, man. Y'all really don't play this game. It's weird, man. It's weird why he thinks Raiden is trash. I don't know what he's labbing or if he's even labbing at all. But it's like you're being too predictable. I think Raiden definitely not S tier though. Yeah, he's not S tier. He's really not. When he's in this Raiden, well, I said when he's in this Raiden. When he's in this variation, Raiden is a problem. Like, he's a problem because he can punish moves in this game that are like 6 frames and shit. The dude literally barely takes any chip damage. He has really good space control, like with the projectiles that he has access to. Like, you jumping in is not gonna happen. Like, Like, imagine this nigga going against Terminator. The dude has access to a 50-50. Bro, in the corner, if you set up this 50-50 correctly, you put the opponent in a very fucked up position. As a matter of fact, I'll show you that shit real quick. He's good at strings, but he's unsafe on combos with Storm Cell. But he's super safe in the other variation. Yeah, so let me show you. Bro, his teleport's going to be punishable if you're being predictable, but if you know how to use it correctly, this nigga is a problem. Like of course something's gonna like that's gonna be punishable. Like if Scorpion goes for like his fucking his Hellport cancel, he's gonna get punished for that if you make a correct read. But if he makes a correct read on you, there's a flip side to that coin. He can punish you. He can fuck you up. When I was asleep, I should fight him or talk it out like friends. Wait, what? What about your homeboy? It's literally an instant. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. His down one can start a link combo. Like it's weird. Like the dude has it's instant. Like, bro. And then you can meter burn and shit. Like you can bro, you can fake him out. He could use this in pressure. Like, what do you mean? Like he could fuck with you really bad and get whiff punishes. I don't know if you guys have seen my rating online matches, but once I start getting used to how his teleport worked, bro, this nigga couldn't even hit me. I was just like, yo, this shit is busted. And then you have to take into consideration you can't zone him, because if you do, you get punished. When they break away from Storm Cell, you get down to KB as soon as they get up. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I gotta see this. I have to see this. Let me see this. I'm kind of curious now. You got me very interested in this. Hold on. Now, I don't know what you're talking about, because I do recall they made it to where Raiden's Storm Cell cannot be broken out of yet until he commits into something different. I do recall they did do something like that for Raiden's Storm Cell. So I don't think you're actually telling the truth. The reason why is because, let me show you. You see that? She wasn't able to break out, so I don't know what you're talking about. Set Melina break. Yeah, I set Melina break, bro. I went for the Storm Cell. If you notice something, she's breaking. If I do the Storm Cell, she finally breaks. And that gives you enough time to react to what the opponent's actually trying to do. I don't know what you're talking about, because I do recall they made it to where you can't just immediately break out of this. They did it for somebody else as well. I want to have sex with my grandma, but she won't. What the fuck, nigga? Hold up. What the fuck is this thing on? They buffed it, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They did. It's before Storm Cell, when they break. Wait, hold up. It's before Storm Cell, when they break. That doesn't work anymore. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't. Like, you can't. Well, before Storm Cell. Well, I don't know if you've played this game in its current state right now, but you can't do that. You can't just break out of a Storm Cell for free. Like, and then on top of that, if you're making correct reads, knowing what they're going to do, keep in mind, it starts off as a mid. But if they make a good read on you, okay, of course, they should be able to punish you. Because you're going for a mix-up that leads into a combo. That's a mix-up. Yeah, it doesn't work anymore, bro. Like, look at that. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Like, I don't know why you're talking about before and this. I don't know if you're keeping up with this game and the patch notes and shit like that. But it doesn't work like that no more. We know what y'all are saying, but that doesn't. Yeah. I don't really understand what you mean, bro. But all right. I'm gonna go to Rambo because there's some things I want to talk about with Rambo, because I was gonna pick him up. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to use him completely, because I don't want to play that bullshit ass keep away game. I'm not a fan of that. Bruh, I Q Raiden. Let's see here. Go for double Storm Cell and a combo. Go for double Storm Cell and a combo. Well, bro, The breakaway system in this game is bullshit just in general. You get punished for putting somebody in a combo. Like, that's been proven multiple times. Even high-level players and well-respected members of the FGC have even exposed that. Sonic Fox even stated yourself, you shouldn't be getting punished for putting somebody in a combo. So, I mean, bro, I just be in the PS4 patty chat, stoking. Alright, bro, you being weird, Christian. You being weird, bro, talking about stroking your meat, bro. I don't know what the fuck that's all about. There's no way you don't know this. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what's up with this guy. I don't know how you know this. Like, I ain't being a dick or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know how you don't know this stuff. Especially if you're a Raiden main. Like, you should already know this. You should be keeping up with the patch notes and shit. So that way you understand the pros and cons of your character, whether or not they nerfed him or buffed him. And they did buff him, and it made him a lot better in this game. So, and then when you're playing in Rising Variation, his ability to play neutral is a lot better, just in general because of the space control that he gets, and he has really good range on both of his normals. Even though the startup time is decently slow, he's safe on both options. So I don't, depending on what special move you do you think zoning? No, I don't think zoning is an actual playstyle. I think zoning is a bitch-made ass way to control space. Now, of course, they state that zoning is meant to control space and shit like that, and it's meant to do this and meant to do that. But I don't agree, because I feel like zoning takes more skill in 3D fighting games, and that's just my opinion, because in 2D fighting games, every projectile is coming towards your direction. There's nothing you could do except for move forward so you can get closer to the opponent, and that's really annoying. The only reason why zoning is a thing is because of 2D. That's the only reason why it's a thing. You have to neutral crouch, or you have to jump and risk the chance of you getting fucked up. You can't even side dash or nothing like that. Zoning is more realistic in 3D fighting games because it takes a lot more skill. If you guys look at Tom Brady versus Czech, Deadly Alliance, that's a prime example of how zoning should be. In 2D fighting games, zoning is bullshit. Like, it's too many goddamn projectiles. Now, I'm not saying you can't punish people. I'm not saying, you know, there's not no patterns and stuff like that. But, you know, like, come on now. Like, I ain't, you know, I ain't with that shit. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, you know, zoning takes skill. It's a real playstyle. It's like, no, bro, no. That's just a bitch-made ass way for you to, like, you know, not want to engage with the opponent. But you gotta blame 16-bit because he's the nigga that likes zoning. So it is what it is. But I don't think zoning's a real playstyle. There's a lot of things that I could say about it. I'm offended because I believe having to zone with Rambo sometimes. I mean, if that's what Rambo excels in, then you ain't got no choice. But I honestly think he needs a buff. His forward 1-2-2 string is it's bullshit. Especially since he doesn't get as much damage as other characters does in the game, or do in the game. All his normals knock away though. Cyborg zoning takes skill because his zoning is mad punishable. Cyborg zoning. Cyborg zoning. Cyborg. Forward 1-2. Yeah, it's trash. So, like, I'm gonna switch over to Kung Lao real quick just to prove a point, because I was gonna make a video about this of how they can actually how they can buff this up. So his forward 1-2-2, if he commits into it, he's minus 30 on block. And then on top of that, as you can clearly see, if you look, there's barely any pushback and block stun. And then on top of that, like, if you look, Kung Lao gets a punish. He can go in for, like, whatever optimal combo there is, and then he can get, like, you know, some form of a combo, and then he can do, like, whatever the fuck he wants to do. Yeah, I would have to say Cyborg's zoning takes skill in Injustice 2, especially with the stuff that you can do against zoning in a way. He could get punished off of this, right? And his reward, you know, I'm gonna say this right now. What's weird about this is that I don't think NRS necessarily understands high risk, high reward situations. This dude has a high risk and a low reward for what he does, which is bullshit. And then, like, you go to a character like Sub-Zero, and this dude has low risk and high reward, which doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense, right? Now, if you had the added combo strings, you can actually take it upon yourself to throw the opponent. But the problem with doing this is the fact that if I get Kung Lao to the corner, the opponent's not going to be afraid of Rambo's forward 1-2-2, and there's a reason why, right? First of all, the character, when he goes for his forward 1-2, is minus 10 on block. Now, I don't know if you guys know anything about this, but when you do flawless block Rambo in this game, okay, if you notice something, he's not committing into the full strength. It reminds me of Shao Kahn's 434, to where he's minus 12 on block, right? So, and then on top of that, he can't do anything about it. So this allows Kung Lao to go in for like whatever combo that he wants, and he can get away with it, right? If Rambo makes the wrong read, well, Kung Lao is going to take advantage of that, and he's going to get like whatever fancy ass combo that he wants. He can get a crushing blow, and this is just really bad. Okay, this is really bad. But the reason why I say that the opponent's not going to be afraid to attack Rambo or to at least defend against Rambo is because his mix-up is not that good. Reason why is because you're risking the chance of throwing the opponent out of the corner, and you have to be extremely confident to think that you're going to throw the opponent back into the corner. And then on top of that, it's possible to somewhat microduct this. You don't even need breakaway. Yeah, you don't. You really don't. Like, he needs a buff. Like, I personally think that, and you know what's not balanced about this, and I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. Noob Saibot has a 2-1-2 string that's -4 on block, and it's a meterless launcher that can give him a lot of damage in the corner, including mid-screen, and he's -4 on block. Joker has a birdie beatdown that is literally a combo launcher situation, right? And this dude can space himself out to where you cannot punish him. There are a good portion of characters in this game that cannot punish him, and they have launchers in this game that are retardedly safe on block, or have massive amounts of pushback and block stun, which makes no sense. But Rambo, he gets low reward, right, for how risky his mix-up is. And then when he commits into the forward 1-2, he's still taking a risk because you can flawless block it and he can't commit into the full string. That doesn't make any sense. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. This is what makes me laugh, right? A character with a 6-frame poke, right, can punish Rambo if he tries to stagger. The whole point of Rambo staggering this forward 1, right? The reason why he's going to stagger this is because it complements his ability to open you up. The reason why I say that is because if you try to flawless block him and you're so focused on it, he can stagger and then he can throw you and keep you super close to him. And if you don't use your defensive options, then this will allow the character to go into some form of a strike throw mind game so he can open you up. But the funny part about it is that his trap here, what is this shit called? What is this shit called? Snare trap? This shit doesn't even complement certain combo strings he has. Okay, he can hit confirm into that. Back 1-2. Nope. No, it's not that one, it's this one. Yeah, there we go. If you guys notice in that Rambo tag team combo, I went for Rambo's 4-2-1, and then I used Scorpion's Demon Breath, so that way I can actually land it. And if you notice something, if I put Kung Lao on auto block, look at this. He blocks it, and that's going to lead into some form of a punish. You see that? So, overall, this is bullshit. Most of the shit that he has, he can't, you know, which is bullshit, right? He has a shit ton of overheads. His low barely complements his overheads, right? And keep in mind, he's not really playing the meta in all honesty. Like, this character is not playing footsies or spacing. This character is playing a totally different game. But still, it's like, the current state that he's in, he needs a buff. Like, for real, there's things about him that's very questionable. Like, this dude has massive amounts of flows by gaps for no reason at all. Like, this one right here, right? If I manage to stagger this, which this is the second best stagger that he has access to, right? I can throw you like this. But if I manage to hit you, I can't hit confirm that into a combo. All I can do is just knock you down and perform a strike throw mind game, and that's it. But the funny part about this particular situation is that when I do this, he is -2 on block. He gets some type of spacing, and he's safe. Okay, cool. But watch this. Now the character is -7, to where a character with a 6-frame poke can easily take advantage of this, or they can up 2 or up 3 him. In Kung Lao's case, he's going to up 2 him. Who do you think is most broken character? People complain about Claymore when he can literally hurt himself on it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he takes a risk of hurting himself. I don't know why people would complain about Claymore. I mean, yeah, it's an unblockable. It is an unblockable. You can't deny that. But if you're gonna complain about that, then you need to complain about what's his fucking name? Aaron Black's TNT. This nigga can hurt himself as well, by the way, and blow you up in the same process. So it's just like, It's like what these people talking about? Buff Lao, this character isn't top 10. Well, I mean, in all honesty, Swift, bro, like I'm gonna be real with you, bro. That nigga plays top 3. That nigga plays top 3, bro. Like a while ago. I forgot who was using him. I think it was Foxy Grandpa. That nigga plays top 3. There's even high level players that say he has a very powerful mind game. But I mean, I you know, like I mean, if Kung Lao gets a buff, I don't know how that would go because because you can give like Shao Kahn an overhead low buff, and his character would easily move up the rankings. Then on top of that, the character is really low to the ground. Yeah, bro. Yeah, we gotta spread that shit around, Tornado. We gotta spread that shit around, bro. Ramp like completely usable because they fuck. But Kung Lao gets a very powerful mind game off of his orbiting hat. Not only that, right? You have to understand the mind game here, right? So I'm gonna show you something, right? I'm gonna show you what Kung Lao can do to Liu Kang. Because nah man, you gotta see me, you gotta hold up, nah man, you gotta see me in party chat. Well, I don't know if I can join you in party chat because last time I tried to do that shit, man, it actually cut me out in the live shit. It kind of fucked my whole life up. I was just like, fuck, I gotta start the live all over again. So I'm gonna show you guys something, right? I'm gonna show you something, right? Say for example, he going against Liu Kang, right? I'm gonna give you guys some legit mind games here, right? That you can use with Kung Lao because his mind games are really strong. Even Ninja Killer even said that shit, that his mind games are really strong, and he's right. He's 100% right? But let me pick one, right? So I'm gonna pick this one, right? We're gonna go to the homie Kung Lao, right? Lao is straight. To be honest, he could be buffed, but he's fine. Like if they do buff him, it depends on what they buff on the character. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have to understand, like Kung Lao ain't no pushover, bro. Especially against the right Lao that knows what they're doing. You can't say top 3 Jackie Joker. No, I'm saying how is he top 3? I'm saying he placed top 3. I'm not saying he is top 3. I'm saying he placed top 3 before. If you look at the old tournament with Foxy Grandpa, which is a British guy that talks about it a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, he placed top 3 with this nigga. Now, I don't know if it was because people wasn't used to Kung Lao yet or what, but Kung Lao, like, I think even my nigga Scar even won like a tournament or something before with this character, like 1 or 2 tournaments. I can't remember, but anyway. Let me go to this one. Bro, Foxy don't play him. Yeah, I know. He don't play him no more. But I'm saying, like, before he did, the dude placed top 3. I'm not saying, like, Kung Lao is, yeah, see? Sonic Fox is, just different. Sonic Fox. Foxy and Scar don't play, him anymore. Well, Scar, I've been seeing Scar, he's been playing Lao. Like, Lao is his main, I think. Not unless he changed his character. I'll have to look on his YouTube channel, but I think Lao is his main. This nigga had, like, very interesting customized variations and everything. This nigga was going ham with his ass. But, some of the strongest shit on Kung Lao is his mind game, his stagger game, his 1-2, and I'm gonna explain why that is, his forward 1, and his down 3. And also his multi-hitting string, which is this right here, right? And the reason why I think Kung Lao's 1-2 is really strong, it's not because he could stagger and just go for a throw. The character has a legit auto shimmy. I don't think you guys know what an auto shimmy is, but an auto shimmy is very powerful, and not a lot of characters have it. Back then, nobody knew and since the Ultimate patch, they removed his throw loop. Yeah, is that Swift? Yeah, that's Swift. But like, the thing is that Kung Lao is one of the characters that was gifted with a auto shimmy, right? And his second hit is 9 frames, so it's very difficult to go for a auto shimmy. Like, how should I put it? Not an auto shimmy, but a micro duck. It's going to be difficult to micro duck him, not unless you have a character that has a hit/hurt box abuse problem. And the reason why I say this is because it's very possible for Melina or Johnny Cage to deny this character the ability to stagger and go directly into a throw, because the standing one will whiff, right? It'll literally whiff, right? Now, he can go into the orbiting hat and create that mind game, and he's only -4 on block. So I'm gonna do like a, I'm gonna do like a little situation here that I'm gonna show you guys real quick, right? Say for example, Kung Lao was to do his double down 3, right? Like he does this twice in a row, right? Like, and you trying to figure out why the fuck he's doing that, right? Keep in mind, you know, the character is -5 because, you know, they buffed and nerfed the you know, they buffed and nerfed the pokes in this game, right? At the same time, which is actually interesting. So he goes for a double down 3. Now the reason why I'm pointing this out is because if you look at how his body is, he's lowered to the ground and he's moving backwards, right? True, you really can't whiff or jump at Lao. Jump back dive kick is too good. Yeah, it's good. It's one of the strongest things that he has. He can create a mind game off of it. He can either get plus frames or you're going to allow him to charge up his crushing blow. You have to make a decision, right? So the character goes for a double down 3. Now you're probably confused on why he would do this. So if you do 7 plus -5, right? That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So his second down 3, right, would become 12 frames. So what can Liu Kang do to prevent Kung Lao from doing this exactly? You got to look at the startup time of your normals, and you have to figure out, okay, do I want to create new neutral by backing up? So let me show you what I'm talking about. So if you try to walk backwards regularly, Kung Lao denies your ability to do that. You see that? Now, I'm not saying every character can't just, like, every character is going to get hit by this, but as you can clearly see, right, you can backdash out of it, right? And Liu Kang can take it upon himself to go for like a reversal punish. It's possible to do it, depending on what his recovery is. So one of the things Liu Kang can do is he can hop up into the air, and he can go for like a hop attack. But the problem is that, you know, Kung Lao can bait that. Like if he goes for a down 3 and predicts you're gonna hop, that's an anti-air, right? I use dive kick to anti-air. That's how good dive kick is. Yeah. So check this out. Keep in mind, he's -5 when he goes for his down 3, right? So if he goes for a second down 3, 7 plus -5, it's what? That's 12 frames. So Liu Kang goes for a back 1. If you notice something, if I go for a standing 1, he denies that. If I go for a back 1, did you see that? The character low profile the back 1. You see that? So this option for Liu Kang is not there. You see that shit? Liu Kang completely denied Liu Kang's ability to go for a 9 frame back 1. He low profiled a 9 frame back 1. Okay. A lot of characters can do this. Jackie auto shimmy is +2. Yeah. Cassie Cage has a 1-1 combo string that's an auto shimmy as well. Not a lot of characters have it. Kung Lao's not the only one that has an auto shimmy. And an auto shimmy, for people who don't know, is really good. It's pretty much a combo string that looks like somebody's about to throw you, and it can throw you off, especially if the opponent knows how to use it correctly. And the reward that Kung Lao gets is pretty good. He can go for a meterless pop-up and get himself some really good damage and lead into a knockdown and set up an orbiting hat. Or he could hit you with the orbiting hat to get more damage, or he could set up a situation that can cause a problem for you. So you got to kind of like keep that in mind, right? I don't play like this, Lao. That's mashing down 3, Lao. My Lao is clean. No. I'm not saying you mash. I'm saying, like, you can do this, and there's a reason why you can do this, right? Because of the mind game of the orbiting hat, right? So Lao does this, right? Liu Kang can't just walk backwards regularly. So one of our options is we can hop attack, knock him down, but obviously a Liu Kang player is not going to be satisfied with that, right? So we backdash, and that's one of our options. So hold on. This shit's going to be hard. Yeah, I don't think Liu Kang can backdash because... Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. We got something here. Yeah, that's going to be hard. One of the things you can do also is you can flawless block, but if you notice something, Liu Kang can't do that. Up 2 doesn't work. Up 3 does, though. So, hold on. Yeah, he can do that. Backdashing with Liu Kang is difficult because it's like it's not even working. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. I don't think Liu Kang can go anywhere. So, the back 1, as you can clearly see, it's not working, right? But Liu Kang has an 11 frame move, right? So if Liu Kang predicts he's going to go for a double down 3, his reward is this. And now Liu Kang can zone, and he can bait Lao to do the teleport and do all that fancy ass shit. And as you can clearly see, this is what happens. All right, cool. So Lao is like, okay, bet, right? Lao's like, okay, I see what's going on here. Liu Kang can zone him out. Liu Kang has staggers. Yeah, I'm not saying that he can't. I'm not saying that Liu Kang can't do that. I'm not saying Liu Kang staggers is garbage or anything like that. I'm saying like he can, and keep in mind, you can go for a poke with Liu Kang. You can do that. But Liu Kang has to understand that Lao can go for an orbiting hat. He could possibly go for a spin. Liu Kang has to also understand that Lao could possibly just block and take his turn back, or he could flawless block him. So it goes both ways. It's like a mind game with this nigga's down 3, right? Now, say for example, like Liu Kang was trying to go for a Chinese warrior string because he predicts that Lao is going to go for a double down 3 again, right? This is where the problem starts, right? So Lao, he's like, okay, do that shit again, right? Then all of a sudden, Liu Kang challenges, and look what happens, right? He ends up getting hit. Now, obviously, if you have a 7-frame normal, they made it to where you can interrupt it, and you can do this. And if you have a 6-frame poke, that's even better, right? So, you can down 1. Another option is that you can take it upon yourself to flawless block, right? And then you can go in for, like, whatever fancy-ass combo or whatever the most optimal combo is, right? So, you can definitely do this. Like, you can definitely interrupt that. But the thing is, it's a mind game. Say, for example, you were so focused on flawless blocking Kung Lao, right? Like, you believe that he's going to go for it, and you're trying to flawless block him so you can get a combo. But there's no need to do that because you can interrupt him by going for standing 1 that's 7 frames, right? Or a poke that's 7 frames. Not a lot of characters can actually go for a combo, so they might have no choice but to go for what? A flawless block situation. Kung Lao can take advantage of that. If you go for a high, which normally standing 1s and standing 2s are highs. If you go for a high, Kung Lao's punish is going to be really good, right? So Kung Lao, he doesn't do the orbiting hat, right? And can you show us how Sonic beat Cetrion? I'm pretty sure he was training, and not only that, it depends on the player, bro. Like, you got to understand, like, it's no real easy way to beat a Cetrion player. You have to understand how that player plays. You have to understand their patterns. You have to understand what their game plan is. You have to understand a lot of shit. Also, you got to learn that matchup with your character and stuff like that. There's no real easy way for me to show you, like, oh, this is how he beat him. This, that, this. It's like there's no real easy way to There's no real easy way to show you how to beat Cetrion because it depends on the Cetrion player. If they're not that good with Cetrion, it's easy to beat that player. If they're decent with Cetrion, you might have a slight challenge on your hand. And if they're really good with Cetrion, like on the high level top tier shit, bro, it's gonna be hell to pay if you think you're just gonna whoop somebody's ass that's using Cetrion, especially if they know how to zone correctly. There's a lot of things about Cetrion that you can punish to a certain degree, but her footsie game and her ability to play neutral is like really good. Her pressure game is pretty good too. She has a pretty good mind game with her little barrier move. She gets like a high hit advantage of like 14 or 15 frames. She can perform like a strike though mind game after that, and you have to kind of like guess on what she's going to do, because if you're so focused on flawless blocking, she's going to throw you, knock you away, and in certain matchups that's not good because she can zone you out. It's a lot of shit. There's, like I said, there's no real easy way, bro, to like beat a Cetrion player, especially if they're good. Like, so I can't really give you the answers completely. You would just have to lab, and train extensively so you can, and then you would have to learn how your opponent plays. That's why they call it downloading. You understand what I'm saying? And what downloading is that you're not showing everything that your character can do. You're not showing the tricks that you can do with your character. You're pretty much, how should I put it? You're fucking with the opponent. Like, you're seeing what the opponent can do. You understand what I'm saying with that character? You're seeing what the opponent's trying to do, right, with that opponent. You're seeing if the opponent's going to stagger here. You're going to see if the opponent's going to do this. And then in the middle of that first round, if they keep doing the same shit, within the second round, I think you pretty much figured out what they're doing. And not unless they change it up. But, Wasminator, what the hell, said something interesting. He said her options in the footsie game are just too, yeah, they are. Like, they are. They're bro, like, he ain't lying. He ain't lying. like, hey, you can't argue with that. He ain't lying. He ain't making no fucking excuses up. He telling the truth. Her standing 1 is really fucking good, man. It has really good range on it. Like, bro, that shit's crazy. Like, even Dragon said something about it. He even thinks that her standing 1 needs to be nerfed. Like, how are you a zoner that can control space and then you're afraid to challenge her into neutral because she could teleport and punish you with a crushing blow or full combo punish. And it's like she has amazing walk speed, you know, great wave dashing, so her mobility options are really good. And then she has massive amounts of space control. And then she has a boulder move that has the same startup animation as like the regular one that's on the ground. And then if she hits you with the one in the air, it throws you all the way back and you take like 30 something percent. That shit is nuts. Like, so it's like, yeah, like, yeah, hey nigga, hey, we know what it is. But like I said, Kung Lao goes for like a down 3. And you're trying to flawless block, right? You see what I did there? You're going to be so focused on flawless blocking this, depending on what character you have. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is because there are characters in the game like Melina. Melina has like a 8 frame standing 1, and she cannot, she can't take it upon herself to, how should I put it? Like, she can't take it upon herself to flawless block without having any type of risk, right? She can't go for a standing 1 because she'll get beat out, right? So Kung Lao can dash up really quickly, and as you're focusing on flawless blocking, right? Look, like Kung Lao can take advantage of that. But don't forget. Hold on, wait. I was reading that. God damn it! Where is it at? I gotta find that comment. Don't forget that trying to flawless block Rockwall is so. Yeah, it is. It's very inconsistent. You're right about that. Lao is only good with orbital hat. Lao has the worst frame data in the game. Shao has better frames than Lao. By the community's logic, orbital hat is the best custom move in the game. Do you think jumping is too strong in this game? Yeah, I think jumping's too strong in this game, especially when it comes to certain characters. Lao has to equip orbital hat to be viable. Yeah, I mean, technically, Scar was doing really well without orbital hat for quite some time. But like, if you're really going to like a tournament with this character and shit, yeah, orbiting hat. hey, Swift, hey, look, orbiting hat. You gonna have to use that fucking orbiting hat. That's the only way he's gonna stand a chance to a certain degree. Because it's like that other shit, it's not gonna fly. Like it's not gonna fly. But like, do I think Kung Lao has like the worst frame data? I mean, when it comes to certain shit, yeah. But it's like, I feel like Rambo has it worse than Lao. That's just my opinion. But orbital hat covers for his shit frame data. Yeah. So like, Lao can throw you, right? So obviously you can neutral crouch and, you know, you can go for a punish and do whatever punish you want, right? But here's the thing, right? We're going to look at his data, man. Yeah, I already know. Lao's frames are ass. Yeah, his stagger game makes up for certain shit. Thing is that his Rambo is, yeah, he's definitely worse. But it's like, Kung Lao has such an interesting mind game because of how delayed his hits are. Like, this is delayed and it has no flows by gap in it. You see what I mean? So you kind of have to guess on whether or not the character is going to throw you. And the thing about it is, even if he commits into the forward 1-3, excuse me, like, I can't up to him. So there's no such thing as a combo when it comes to Kung Lao, right? Like, when it comes to that combo string. Now, for him being minus 19 on block, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that's weird. I don't know why he's minus 19 on block. It forces him to use the orbiting hat, because if he doesn't, he'll end up getting punished. So, right here at this range, right? As you can clearly see, like, Lao will get, like, hit, and it's kind of bullshit. Like, I don't know why he's minus 19. That doesn't make any sense. It forces the player to go back, not unless the player is Scout's forward 1-3 string. That since why he's minus 19 on block. And then he still has flows by gaps in the shit that he does, which doesn't make any sense. And then the last hit is like a high, I think. So it's mainly because the orbiting hat complements it. But we were forced to play like a crackhead because he don't got shit. He got mids, but his strings are so bad. Yeah. What is it? Forward 1-3 orbital isn't real pro players know how to make it whiff. Yeah, on block. Yeah, exactly. So like, how should I put it? If Lao gets a buff, it depends on what they buff on him, I think. Because if you give him a buff, you're gonna make the character stupid as shit in this game. I personally believe that. Like you're gonna make the character busted. Um, because like even Tom Brady even stated that if you were to give Shao Kahn an actual overhead and low and shit like that, that would make him even stronger in the game. That would make him like actually really strong in the game. And I believe that as well. Like if you were to give certain characters in this game a buff, I think it would fuck the game up. Um, but it depends on what they buff on Lao though. That's the thing. So make standing 4 +2. That would be interesting. Do you think the game would be better if it had a run mechanic? I feel like there's too much chasing in this game when it comes to zoning. I feel like if they add a running mechanic, then there's... I mean, you have to understand something, though, Jester. If they add a running mechanic, then what is the point of this game being based around what the developer stated? Even though the game is not necessarily completely based around what the developer stated. The game is supposed to be based around footsies and spacing, and it's supposed to be based around, the neutral and who has better neutral and shit like that. But that's not necessarily the case. You understand what I'm saying? This game is not based around what it's supposed to be based around, which is disappointing. So, you know... So hold on. Hold on. What did that one guy say? I gotta look for that damn comment. Hold up. I'm a top player and I barely play this game. Do you think the player who is knocked down has more advantage than the player, meaning the wake ups options? Yes. Yes, I believe that. I believe. I do believe. You said for an overhead. I can see that. Like I can see that, Swift. But the thing is that the game is not supposed to be based around that, where it's overheads and lows. You can't be if you don't think Lou is top. Like I because the game, like there's a lot of overheads and lows in this game already. Like characters not even playing the meta. So giving Kung Lao something like that, shit. I mean, I can see where I can understand why you would say that though, because I mean, all he would get is a knockdown. It would allow him to get in, and he has a high hit advantage of 43 frames. But it'll force the player to guess, I guess. But I that the defensive options is benefiting the defending player, mainly because of the forward roll mechanic. I think if they get rid of the forward roll mechanic and they buff up the up twos to where you can't just recklessly jump in on people, I think the defensive options would be fine because you have a delayed wake up. You can roll backwards to create space and possibly get a whiff punish. You can have an up 3 that stops a good portion of attacks. If they try to counter that, the up 2 will prevent the opponent from trying to throw you or jump in. And I feel like, if they get rid of the forward roll mechanic, man, because offense in this game is not necessarily that oppressive. Not like it is in MKX with hard to blockables, crazy setups, mix-ups for days, frame traps, shit like that. And a game like this is actually really insulting that, you work that hard to open up somebody and knock them down, and your hit advantage could be super high, but you have to fear the opponent. The opponent doesn't have to fear the aggressor. You get what I'm saying? So that's not fair. They gave it to Raiden. 4-3-2. Yeah, Kung Lao can outbox Liu though. I'm not saying Liu is trash. Liu is just a karate version of Johnny. My man said karate version of Johnny. Please, if they remove forward roll, every character gets better. Like, I don't agree with the forward roll. I just don't agree with it because it's like, if you go into training mode, they clearly state that the up 3s in the game are designed to prevent the opponent from being overly aggressive. Meaning, like, if you were to go for, like, a standing 1, standing 2, a mid, a high, a low, a throw, like, it would just shut you out. You would get a high enough hit advantage, and the opponent would have to guess on, like, a strike throw mind game, depending on how far the opponent got hit. Like, and of course they have, like, certain command throws that will punish the opponent if they try to go for, like, a forward roll. But it's like, the forward roll, I don't necessarily agree with. I don't understand why there's a forward roll in this game because it's not that oppressive. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. But please, if they remove forward roll, every character gets better. Remove forward roll and apply it to this. If we flawless block, hold on. What was that? If we flawless block a projectile We can press forward the roll, no cost to meter. Yeah, I see where you're going with that. That's that Injustice 2 shit. I believe there is no media in this game. I don't think there's a real media in this game anyway. Not unless somebody's always, delaying their wake up. We will be able to get in. Like, if they do it like, Injustice 2, where you could forward roll in against a zoner, this would actually help out a lot of different characters, such as like Terminator, because Terminator against like Cetrion, that's a very bad matchup. Like, that's an extremely bad matchup, especially when he's in the neutral. You understand what I'm saying? Let's see here. I just throw out a single normal or knockdown. Y'all overcomplicate shit. It's just which ton you use. You still shouldn't have a forward roll in this game, though. There's plenty of people, including high-level players, that believe that. You still should not have a forward roll when you have 3 or 4 different options. You still have 4 different options, even if the forward roll wasn't even in the game. You shouldn't be able to roll out the corner and then successfully get a crushing blow on somebody. Like, that's bullshit. Or a full combo. Because it forces them to break, and now they're dealing with your bullshit. That's not making a correct read. That's just you getting away with nonsense. Jackie won't care about that Swift. What the fuck? Can beat out forward roll. Now, of course, people will state that, oh, a throw can beat out a forward roll, but what if you don't want a forward roll? You understand what I'm saying? Like, you have to understand the problem with the forward roll mechanic. Like, it forces you to give the opponent space when they shouldn't. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, say for example, like, Kung Lao's knocked down and shit like that, right? Like, I do some shit like this to Lao, right? I'm forced to give this character free space, which allows the opponent to jump or go for a far-reaching normal and just do reckless-ass shit, because I'm predicting that he's going to go for a forward roll. You see how, like, fucked up that is? And the thing is that the throw prevents the opponent from going for a forward roll. You understand what I'm saying? Hold on. Let's see here. Never fucking throw. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You know what? You know what? Here's the thing. If they don't get rid of the forward roll, I'm going to tell you guys something. This just came to mind. If you, how should I put it? Say, for example, the opponent decides to do the forward roll and you manage to punish them. I think there needs to be a cooldown time on the defensive options if you make the correct read on the opponent. What y'all think about that? Because this just came to mind. Say, for example, I punish Kung Lao, right? He go for a forward roll. I managed to hit him with a normal or like a throw. And then all of a sudden, there's a cooldown time on his wake-up options. Nothing too long, though, to where it's fucked up. But there's possibly a cooldown time if you're going to keep something like that in this game. Because I mean, because they clearly are not trying to get rid of the forward roll. Like, it's very clear that they're not trying to do that. So, it would be interesting to see, and the moment you forget about the forward roll, you would die for it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, because if they're not going to get rid of the forward roll, then there needs to be a cooldown time on a defensive option, because you still have a lot of options to get yourself out of a bad situation. And I feel like if I make a correct read and throw you back into the corner, there needs to be a certain delay on when you can use your defensive options again. Like, say, for example, you make a wrong read or something like that, and then I end up knocking you down. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to flawless block. I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to make... Hold on, wait, what? Take away the invincibility. I mean, that's a possibility too. Like, I mean, if you like, because if you end up making a read, right? Like, say for example, like, hold up. Say for example, like, Kung Lao was to go for like an up 3 or some shit like that, right? Like, Hold on, I don't know what the fuck that is on my screen. I don't know why that's still there. Like say for example, like I knock Kung Lao down, right? Like I knock him down, right? And then he goes for an up 3. Like that right there. As soon as you whiff that and like I punish that, you should have a cooldown time on your defensive options. Or like Tornado said, take away the invincibility. So whether you try to forward roll or you try to up 3 or up 2, you should be able to get hit. You understand what I'm saying? If I make a correct read. You get what I'm saying? And then I could probably be okay with the idea of the defensive options being the way that it is. You get what I'm saying? So this would make the player, at least in my opinion, think a little bit harder about the decision making. Even though, you know, the aggressor is still at a disadvantage to a certain degree. Because, I mean, you know, but it would make it slightly better, I feel like. I don't know. I just came up with this. I was just like, you know what? Like, they should just add a cooldown time. Or, like Tornado said, you know, fucking take away the invincibility. Like, only up 3 and up 2 and shit like that. And they should be forced to possibly block. They should be forced to possibly take a meaty. Like, if they make a correct read thinking that you're going to back up, then yeah, they should be able to hit you or something like that. Like, there needs to be some form of a balance with these defensive options. That's all I'm getting at. Make meter not fill by itself. Yeah, I've said that back in the past, man. I said that back in the past. Like you should start off with an offensive. I'll tell you. I think your name is Anton. Yeah, I'll tell you what I said back in the past real quick. Some armor breaks can't even react to him. Yeah, call me Prodigy, bro. Laughing miles off. This ain't this man. So like, when it comes to like this game, right? Like I feel like in the beginning of the match, I feel like both players should have a defensive bar and an offensive bar, right? And I've mentioned this back in one of my lives. There should be an offensive bar and a defensive bar, right? Now, when the opponent gets hit, you get access to a bar meter, which is the offensive bar, right? Or if they were to do this, I know this is a tad bit of a stretch, but they could make it to where you can decide on whether or not you want a defensive bar so you can break out of a combo, or you want an offensive bar. But the way that it would work is that it wouldn't recharge up anymore. Like, say, for example, Kung Lao is defending or getting hit. It would build up. Instead of it building up his offensive meter, his offensive meter would stay the same, right? But when the character is blocking and, you know, the character is taking hits and taking big combos and crushing blows, I honestly feel like the defensive bar should start building up. You understand what I'm saying? It should build up. And if you start making reads and stuff like that, like a counter or something, it should build up a little bit more, but not too crazy. You get what I mean? Like, and if you start applying offense and shit like that, it should build up your offense slightly. It's like, you know, you're getting chip damage and stuff like that. It's building up your meter a little bit. You get where I'm going with that? And I feel like this would be a nice balance, because it would be like, okay, if I'm playing in an offensive way, right? Then my offensive meter is building up, right? But it's like, if I'm blocking, you understand what I'm saying, and I'm taking hits, like, yeah. See? That's what I'm talking about, Swift. Yeah. Fatal Blow can only be used if you have all your meter. This will remove all the scrub. Yeah, I feel like it should cause an offensive bar and a defensive bar. This is what I'm saying, man. They could have easily made this a lot more better than what it is right now. Yeah, Tom Brady said that zoning playstyles would suck in that way. Hey, fuck it, man. I don't give a shit. There needs to be some more skill involved if you're gonna start zoning and shit. Yeah, when you got hit first in previous MK games, including Injustice 1 and 2, it meant a lot, because there's players that wouldn't even try to advance forwards because they were afraid that they were going to get hit with a poke. And then on top of that, if you notice something on MK Rio's channel, right? MK Rio even said himself, characters like an MKX, like Raiden, could build up a lot of meter in his Thunderstorm variation, I think it was. Jackie Briggs, she could build up a lot of meter, and characters like that was a very big deal because of how many hits they can do and how much meter they can generate. Like Raiden can get like 50% meter and stuff like that. Like I'm trying to tell you, man, if they make it like this, I feel like You can't just abuse these defensive options like that. You understand what I'm saying? And then I don't think there should be a forward roll then if that's going to be the case. But there, I don't know, man. It's a hard discussion to have. I feel like you literally not doing Fatal Blow on me. Oops, if Fatal Blow costs meter, then my turn going up. Lastly, nerf Wi-Fi. This man said nerf Wi-Fi. I don't know if you can nerf Wi-Fi, but all right. But like, dude, like I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, there is things that they can do with this meter system to make it a lot more balanced and fair in this game. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Like there's literally things they can do to make this meter system better, and the wake up situation better. And they just won't do it because last time I checked, when you do say something about the game, guess what the fuck happens? You get banned from tournaments and shit. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that, was I? All of these ideas would require a major... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, even Tom Brady even stated that some of this game, or a good portion of this game, needs an overhaul. Even Tom Brady said that shit. I believe it too. Some of these characters need to be remade. Because some of these characters just don't make any fucking sense, playstyle-wise. Some of these characters' playstyles revolve around a fucking poke. You want to know what Kano's playstyle is? A poke that leads into a command throw mix-up, or a chemical burn, or he goes for his forward one that still leads into a poke. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, man. Nah, Fatal Blow shouldn't cost meter. Allow it to be used only if you have all bars available. This adds accountability on the... You know what? I can see what you mean by that. Reason why I say that is because, like, I mean, the Fatal Blow is strong. Like, there's Fatal Blows in this game that I think are completely broken. Like, Jax's Fatal Blow, I think, is broken. Johnny Cage's Fatal Blow, I think, is broken. What's his name? Joker's Fatal Blow, I think, is broken. Because of what they get off of the Fatal Blow after the Fatal Blow is done. So your offense is not even done yet. Wake Up system is ass. I really use it. Yeah. I remember when getting first hit actually meant something. Yeah. So there's things that they can do, man. Like, yeah, Cabal, this nigga completely disregards neutral. Like, this nigga fucking teleports, and like, as soon as he gets 30% or lower, bro, you gotta figure out what to do against this nigga. You gotta bait this dude to do that fucking Fatal Blow so you're not afraid of it. And even if you block it or punish him, he whiffs it, 10-second cooldown. Cabal Fatal Blow touches you, you're gone. Please don't let 16... This nigga was completely disregarding neutral with that bullshit ass fuck he was using with Cabal. Like, this nigga literally was flying in the fucking air and there was nothing that Dragon could do. Dragon was trying to anti-air that nigga. He was getting angry as fuck. You could tell he was frustrated. He was shaking his head and everything. Bro, I love Fujin, bro, but he's one of them. Bro, his skywalking move puts you in a dilemma because you have to guess on the mind game. Either get hit with the crushing blow or get hit with the tornado. Boy. Oh, man. It's whatever though, bro. It's whatever though. So let's see here. I'll do like
Mileena.
I'll just do a situation here.
Kung Lao. Cyber Lin Kuei assembled.
Mileena has one of the worst back ones. She has one of the worst back ones, man. Yeah, the stream is tripping, bro. I don't know what's happening. It's been doing that lately. I'm gonna have to figure out why. Yeah, it's bugging. Yeah, this shit is bugging, bro. What the fuck, bro? I'm gonna have to fix that, man. Cause that's not cool. That is not cool. Yeah, that shit's not cool, man. Yeah, this shit's not even coming up. Yeah, exactly. Dragon was pissed. I don't know what's going on, man. What the fuck? Bruh. Hey yo, this shit pissing me off, man. Shouldn't be doing this, bro. I thought I fixed that shit. Man. God damn, bro. I'll just have to make a video on this mind game here with this down 3 and orbiting hat versus Melina. I'll just have to make a video on it because I didn't expect. What the fuck? Alright, I guess that's just gonna be it for the live. It was nice talking to y'all. I'll just have to catch y'all in the next video. Peace out, y'all.